Hello, Mark Petzold, Freedom Fire USA. Thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to take on a tough subject, and that's revolving around conflict in relationships between somebody like myself and I'm going to call it the liberty movement, the modern day conservative, for lack of better words. I find myself actually in opposition many times to people that I used to be shoulder to shoulder with when Obama was president. And it's put a lot of strain on relationships. And what I'd like to do is state a case for what my heart is and compare and contrast against other folks' hearts. And you can watch and you can decide what makes sense to you. But it is my goal to put a video out there that is unique in a perspective that you won't hear anywhere else. So here we go. The situation is that I'm called annoying, I'm called disrespectful, I'm called arrogant, and this happens oftentimes when I say the same things I used to say when Obama was president. So like when I oppose out of control spending, record deficits, when I oppose red flag laws and gun control at large, these things that used to be a cakewalk that we used to unify around as the liberty movement, now we're divided on. And I bring this up and I pose the questions or statements of why, and it doesn't go very well. Another issue would be dissatisfaction with Congress. Now, actually, the issue that I'm accused of is not focusing on Congress. I find it fascinating because I'm the one constantly posting their failing scorecards. And I also post an A scorecard that Justin Amash has. Does this mean I'm happy with Justin Amash all the time? No. Does this mean I disagree with Justin Amash on certain things? Absolutely. But I don't agree with the Republicans that have F scorecards guaranteed. And, I get into trouble because I state the case that the people that will replace Justin, there's no reason to believe they won't do any better than the F scorecards that are out there. And that doesn't go over very well. I'm often accused of idolatry with Justin. Well, Justin's my friend, so excuse my vision. This is kind of hard because I'm dealing with my friends. The people that are accusing me of these things are people I care about. Why would I treat Justin different than the rest of my friends? It's one of those premises I have to reject. I oftentimes accuse people of groupthink, and I point out the fact that the conservative media at large works really hard to bring up a spirit of offense. And I believe that a lot of conservatives nowadays actually like that spirit of offense because it gives them righteous anger to participate in groupthink, if you will. And there's the negative spirit that comes out of that is the fruit of that. And last time I checked, that's not a fruit of the Spirit. So it should cause a pause within us as we operate. I'm accused of hero worship myself as far as dealing with Amash, and I accuse other people of hero worship and Trump. And, I really reject, putting anybody up on a pedestal that they don't deserve. I do think we should support those we feel compelled to support and leave it at that. That should take a small fraction of our time and energy, honestly. The work that we need to do is far beyond what we spend most of our time on. We need to develop ourselves and our households to get a good footing on liberty principles and develop our faith. And so the question is who's right and who's wrong? So people are equally convicted, and I would say equally confident or arrogant when they accuse me of being a perfectionist, a Puritan, a purist, someone that's not able to be to be a pragmatist. So those are very strong points against me. And, so I get the feedback saying that I do the same thing the other way. Who's right and who's wrong? Well, I tell you what, do you feel affirmed by your statements? When I bring my points, do you feel affirmed or do you feel convicted? Because, all I am is a pipeline. If what I'm saying is on target, I pray you do feel convicted, and you know what? It's not me doing the conviction. I'm just the conduit. If I'm wrong, I pray that I sense the correction I need, and that my words will be ignored or forgotten, and people will move on. But my question is do you feel convicted? I know I truly do hold everything in my hands. If I'm off base, I want it to be corrected. And you know what? I'm not going to compromise what I see and what I believe and what I'm compelled to say because of the fact that it's not popular. When I've seen that it makes perfect sense, when I feel that freedom fire in my gut saying, this is an issue going on with my fellow man in America, I feel compelled to say something. And I feel bad, actually, that causes strife. But it's a small price to pay for being a good steward of this time in America. So my final point is the ultimate unity comes from seeking truth. You know, there's a Liberty organization in town here that, you know, talks about getting together with the GOP and with different societies and so on and so forth. And it's because we need to have unity. There can be some, you know, crossing of the swords periodically and so on, but truthfully, the unity comes from humbly seeking God and seeking truth together. If we aren't doing that, everything we're doing is a waste, and actually would probably come back to haunt us, actually. So as our kids watch us and our example, you know, we may not see the negative effect, but it could happen in a time frame that goes beyond election cycles. So I hope all this kind of makes sense, and I hope that you digest this. You know, I do my best. I find myself being an agitator, to be quite honest with you. I do use disrespectful words at times, I admit, when I say when I call the rest of the Republicans that have an F, monkeys, because they're operating at a monkey level. It is disrespectful, but I'm trying to get the point across, to get, to try to snap off the haze that's there, as we look to replace a congressman with an A scorecard. But I try my best to use the strongest words I can use without being just straight up disrespectful. And I pray that God gives me the wisdom to do that. Meanwhile, we'll just keep navigating. And I'm going to tell you what, I find a lot more value in personal relationships than with Facebook. But, I do know that people read my Facebook blogs that don't comment. And they often say that they're thankful for my voice. And they say things they wish they could say and so on. And so the people that I'm having a debate with that seems like a circular reference, I pray that where our hearts aren't right is revealed, and that people will be compelled to seek out where we're off base, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, and God bless you, and God help us restore America. Good night.